This is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post-8 Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Service Master, and Rising Hope Counseling.
We'll take off for a second. Dean, out towards right field. That one is going to get out for Bennett Dean. 5 runs driven in.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, AirTech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, and B&B Equipment.
Zabel on the 3-0, out towards center field. That's far, that's gone. A 3-run homer for Gray Zabel. And it's a 3-1 lead.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Birding Electric, Olson Plumbing, and Agtegra.
There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back on it deep is Rue. He's going to turn and watch it sail over for a home run. And Andy Gordon, his first home run of the season, first home run of his career.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, and Lamb Motor.
The 2-1 pitch. Stout out towards right field. Did he get enough of it? Is it going to go? And walk off. Grand slam for Garrett Stout.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. And now, with the call of today's action, KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
Another day here at Brandon as Post-8 will take on Harrisburg in their second straight elimination game, trying to get now to Monday. Two teams that are coming off a hard-fought game, but one in a agony of defeats and the other in jubilation of victory. Post-8 won a 3-run walk-off home run from Bennett Dean yesterday. Harrisburg lost on a walk-off single last night to Post 22. So John Winkler alongside Greg Dean as we welcome you in here to Aspen Park in Brandon. And Greg, you get two teams coming in here with one that was as high as you could possibly be yesterday, and one that maybe not as low as you could be, but one of the lowest that you possibly will be at this tournament after a walk-off loss. So this first inning could be a telltale of how this game might go.
And the position that Harrisburg's in is not unlike what Post-8 was in coming into the game yesterday. A heartbreaking loss for Harrisburg to Rapid City Post 22 yesterday, walk-off fashion for the Hard Hats, and in a really tough game. I mean, ironically, 2-1, same score that Pierre lost to Renner by in the day before, and so we'll see how they respond today, having to come back really just about less than 18 hours later after that heartbreaking loss for the Eights. They've had a full day to revel in the joy of that three-run walk-off home run victory yesterday, and so we'll see how the Eights are doing today. I know that we talked about yesterday during the broadcast. Brian White came out and really did his best to try to fire him up throughout different portions of the game, and whatever he said worked because two big swings of the bat yesterday, one from 3-run homer from Cade Hinkle, 3-run homer from Bennett Dean, and the Eights find themselves alive and in the final 6. A win today puts them in the final 4.
Yep, one team already eliminated today. Sioux Falls East beat Brandon Valley 4-3, so the host team Brandon Valley is out. They're the third team eliminated. We'll have a fourth team eliminated after this ball game is over between Pierre and Harrisburg. Wind right now blowing in, which will go against this Harrisburg team who loves to hit home runs. We'll talk more about their offense. We'll talk about the pitching matchup coming up. A surprise name is on the bump for Post-8 that maybe going into the season, there'd be no chance we're going to see his name be on the starting lineup on the hill for a state tournament game nonetheless. But we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Post-State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Brandon Valley, as we are getting set for both State taking on Harrisburg in an elimination game. As we talk about this Harrisburg team, and it is no secret that they like the long ball, and they've liked it so far this tournament. They hit one yesterday, but they've hit 5 in total. Their only run yesterday came on a home run. They only had 2 hits against Post 22 last night. But Harrisburg likes to hit the long ball. Chase Mason is the guy that leads the way throughout the entire season with those long balls. But for this Harrisburg team, the win right now, if that continues to be what it is, that will be a factor and will be a beneficial factor for Post State. You have to say it's going to be a beneficial factor for Post State.
Yeah, the wind is blowing in from left center right now, and according to the internet, the weather conditions currently posted on the internet says that it's only 10 miles an hour. It feels stronger up here than 10 miles an hour. The flags in center field are almost straight out and billowing, and so it looks like this is going to be the weather conditions are going to be that wind is certainly going to help Post 8, and you've got a lot of speed in the outfield with the outfield that the Eights have put out there all year long. They've got a lot of speed out there that can cover a lot of ground, and so any ball that gets up in the air, you really are hoping that ball hangs up and that the Eights are able to run underneath it. Although this has been a park that has not held a lot of fly balls so far in this tournament, regardless of the weather conditions.
Yeah, Post State hit 2 yesterday. Watertown hit 2 against Post State yesterday as well. But we look at this offense for Harrisburg, 46 home runs in total as a team. They hit 295 because they strike out 309 times so far coming into the state tournament. That tells you that they are as major league team as it gets in terms of analytics, that they will take strikeouts if they can get home runs. And McGuire Rasky is the starter for Post State. He's going to be on the hill for the A's, and with him being the starter, he's got the swing and miss stuff. If he can locate his fastball, work his off-speed stuff, he's got the swing and miss stuff to keep those strikeouts pretty high for Harrisburg.
And the other thing is that yesterday, Post 22 threw left-hander Tillery at their main left-hander Tillery at this same Harrisburg team, and Harrisburg had a hard time with him, and so I think Brian White is trying to maybe replicate that same kind of success that Post 22 had yesterday. Like you said, John, just the one home run off the bat of Timon Long yesterday for Harrisburg. That was the only run they scored, one of only 2 hits they got all day. And so I think the biggest question is there's probably 2 of them for McGuire Rasky today. One is can he replicate that success, and then 2, how long will he be able to go? Because to date, his longest outing of the year was just 4 innings, and that was last weekend in the region tournament against Yankton.
As Post State will be the home team, as they are the 4th seed, Harrisburg the 7th seed. These 2 teams met back for a single game. However, the Harrisburg team, everybody in the starting lineup, the starting pitcher Rollinger, they did not play it in that game. It was a Senior Legion game, but it was against the Junior Legion team. So while Post State got a 9-4 win against Harrisburg back in the early part of July, it didn't really mean that they beat their Senior Legion team. It counted as a Senior Legion win, but it didn't come against this actual Senior Legion team. Lineups are being exchanged. We'll go through the starting lineups here in just a little bit. We'll also have first pitch coming up right at 2:30, 8 minutes away from first pitch. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
It is time to control noxious weeds. Do you have a control plan in place? If not, contact your local weed and pest supervisor to help you set up a plan. Effort now will save you time and money in the future. This is Paul Johnson, South Dakota State University Extension Weed Science Coordinator, asking for your support to get this statewide noxious weed problem under control.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master, the clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you.
Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here to Brandon Valley, as we are getting set for this elimination game between Pierre and Harrisburg, as we go to the starting lineups as they're announcing them on out on the PA as well. But for Harrisburg, it is Taylor Klein, the right fielder. He will lead things off as he is playing again right field. Tyson Kogel, the shortstop, will bat second. Timon Long, the first baseman, batting third. Chase Mason, their big left-handed hitting center fielder, will bat in the cleanup spot. It'll be Ben Lose, the catcher, batting fifth. Lincoln Carlson, the second baseman, will bat sixth. Jack Sutton, the DH, batting seventh. Chase Lucas, the third baseman, batting eighth. And it is Jack Tygan, the left fielder, batting ninth. Ethan Rollinger is the starting pitcher for Harrisburg. For Pierre, it is Lincoln Keenels leading things off. He's playing shortstop. Jaden Weeby, the second baseman, will bat second. McGuire Rasky, the pitcher, batting third. Andy Gordon, the third baseman, will bat fourth. Cade Hinkle will bat fifth and play and be the catcher. Benedine, the first baseman, batting sixth. Jack Merkwan, the left fielder, batting seventh. Jack Van Camp is in the lineup as he'll play right field and bat eighth. Elliot Life will round out the order as he's in center field, batting ninth for Post State. And again, McGuire Rasky, a National League lineup, although you don't usually see, unless you're Shohei Ohtani, a guy hitting number 3 as your starting pitcher. And it'd be nice to see McGuire Rasky throw and hit like Shohei Ohtani in this ball game, because they will. I don't have any question that they will win that ball game if he's hitting and or they will win the ball game if he's hitting and pitching like Shohei Ohtani. It is going to be Rasky against Rollinger on the mound. Post State, Pierre Post State taking on Harrisburg. The winner will move on to the Final Four tomorrow at either 5:30 or 8 o'clock, as we'll have it if the Post State does win. We will step aside for 2 minutes, come back with first pitch. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at ComtechPlus.com.
This summer, enjoy an ice-cold, fresh-squeezed lemonade and admire your well-earned farmer's tan
before you hurl yourself across your neighbor's slip and slide and join First Dakota to bank some noise for summer sports. Roar at the crack of the bat, whistle for a clutch strikeout, and lose your mind over a walk-off home run. Let them hear you from the cheap seats. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank.
Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post State apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue, or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
Actegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Actegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Actegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
As we welcome you back here to Brandon, Post State taking the field. We are set for baseball here this Sunday afternoon. Glad you could join us. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean as we are ready for another elimination game. And if it's going to be hard to top what we saw yesterday between Pierre and Watertown and the 3-run walk-off home run from Ben and Dean. But McGuire Rasky will look to top what Lincoln Keenels did pitching-wise. Keenels yesterday, got himself into trouble, got himself out of trouble. And for McGuire Rasky, I think it's kind of simple. It says, don't get yourself in trouble and make sure you just continue to throw strikes. And he's got the swing and miss stuff. This team is as susceptible to striking out as any team in the entire state, and you've got to take advantage of that.
And that's the thing is that you try to attack the other team's weaknesses, and that's exactly what where Harrisburg is weak is that they never get cheated on a swing, and they're not afraid to trade about 3 or 4 strikeouts for a home run at any point in the game. And so I think the biggest thing for Post 8 right now is they need a good start. Don't necessarily need a complete game. Don't even necessarily need 105 pitches out of McGuire-Raskey. Just need a good start, and they need to keep the ball in the ballpark. And if they can do those two things, they've got a good chance of success, I think, today.
And again, McGuire-Raskey, who is the last member of the 2017 state championship team, the only member that was on the roster, had a big performance against Post 22 in the state tournament, and he's hoping to have another big performance here at another state tournament, his last one. His first one in 2017, his last one here in 2021. Be great to see a great performance back then and a great performance now, as Taylor Klein will step to the plate, be the first man to come to the plate against McGuire-Raskey as we're set for baseball. Klein, so far, as we look at his stats so far in this, going in this state tournament, trying to find his stats real quick, but this Harrisburg team has hit 5 home runs so far, 4 on Friday and then 1 yesterday, as the first pitch will miss just a bit upstairs for ball 1, as first pitch is at 2:31 here this afternoon.
89 degrees at first pitch, mostly cloudy here today at First National Bank Field here at Aspen Park in Brandon, South Dakota. The 8's wearing the black tops with the green numbers, Post 8 across the front, written in green, gray pants, and black and green caps.
1-1 pitch is high and outside. It's now 2-1. Klein's coming in 2 for 8 so far here in the tournament. They had just 2 hits yesterday. After having 12 hits in game number 1, just 2 hits yesterday. 2-1 pitches upstairs, and it's now 3-1.
Harrisburg today wearing the white tops with the maroon sleeves. Yellow lettering across the front says Tigers. Yellow numbers on the back. White pants with the maroon piping down the side.
As Klein is hit by a pitch, which would have been ball 4 anyway, but the leadoff man is on base here to open up the top of the first. As it will bring up now Tyson Kogel, who has a home run so far. His only hit so far has been a home run for this Harrisburg squad. That's the biggest thing right now, is that for Harrisburg, they have 14 hits in total. 5 of those have been home runs. They only have 9 actual hits that have stayed in the ballpark so far this tournament. Here's the first pitch to Kogel. That misses upstairs for ball 1, and Rassey's got to find the strike zone here. Just 1 strike in the first hitter, and now ball 1 to Tyson Kogel, the shortstop.
And I think the other thing is that, again, we've talked about how if you can get a starting pitcher through the first inning, that sometimes that's the biggest and toughest inning a starting pitcher has to face, especially at this level, just making sure that they're warm. And once you get them warm and get them in a rhythm, then they tend to settle down, but that first inning can be a challenge.
Raskey comes from the set, 1-1 pitch. That will be a swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. Again, the wind blowing in, so for Post 8, that is a big benefit. For Harrisburg, that's they're gonna hope that it doesn't hurt them out too much, but they like to swing the long ball. 1-2 pitch. That one misses, blowing outside, and it's now 2-2. And the guy on deck, Timon Long, then followed by Chase Mason. Each of those 2 guys have 2 home runs so far this season. So far this tournament. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Tyson Kogel. Swing and a miss, and there's a big first strikeout, first out here in the top of the first inning. And it will bring up the number 3 hitter, Timon Long.
Long, like you said, John, 2 home runs in 2 games so far. Has 12 on the year. He leads the team in RBIs coming into the weekend with 44. Also has 3 triples, but he also leads the team in strikeouts with 47 coming into the weekend.
He had a 6 RBI performance in that 16-4 win against Brandon Valley, 16-5 win against Brandon Valley, as the first pitch is over for strike 1. Had a home run, the only one of the only 2 hits in the entire ball game yesterday. Hit a home run that tied it up against Post 22 before the Hard Hats walked it off with an RBI single in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 pitch just misses upstairs, right above the letters, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. 2 Timon Long.
What we've seen so far is that strike zone might be a little compacted. The high strike, I don't think is going to be there today.
1-1 pitch. That one is also upstairs, and it's now 2-1. That was right on cue after you talked about the high strike maybe not being there, because it looked like that was pretty close to finding the top of the zone. but it missed just a little bit upstairs. So the count is now 2-1. On deck, Chase Mason. Whether or not he goes for the long ball, he's an opposing figure. 2-1 pitch, that one will miss low, and it's now 3-1.
Yeah, Long comes into the weekend hitting .279 on the year, but he's got a .631 slugging average. I mean, you don't see that kind of deviation between batting average and slugging average very often unless you've got a guy who really lives on the long ball.
3-1 pitch misses inside, so it will be a one-out walk. Second free pass issued here from Rasky in the first inning, and is now Chase Mason, the center fielder, that will come to the plate. And you know, it's 315 down the lines out in left and right and 375 out in center field. And Elliott Life, he doesn't seem to be playing too far deep on Mason right now. But again, the wind will be a little bit of a factor if he gets one up in the air. Here's the first pitch to Mason. That one will miss outside for ball one. Mason's only hits so far have been 2 home runs. He's 2 for 8. A grand slam and a solo shot have been his 2 hits. I mean, those are 2 pretty big hits, but that's the only 2 hits he's had. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1.
Eights have a big shift on for him defensively. The left-handed hitter with Lincoln Keenholz actually playing about 2 steps on the right field side of second base. Jaden Wiebe out in short right field.
1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2.
And that's one of the things that that was in his scouting profile. Chase Mason had a lot of interest from major league organizations right up to the major league draft this year, but they said he's got big home run potential, but he has a lot of swing and miss issues.
1-2 pitch comes upstairs, and it's now 2-2. He'll back out of the way of that, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 down in the top of the first. First 2 men that have reached have been hit by a pitch and a walk. A strikeout of Kogel. Rasky trying to send down Mason. He does with a swing and a miss. And there's now 2 down. And it will bring up now the number 5 hitter, Ben Lose, the catcher, with 2 on and 2 away.
And this is the kind of a day where the Post State pitchers may end up with some pretty gaudy strikeout numbers. We talked about the fact that coming into the weekend, 309 strikeouts coming into the weekend for this team, and so like I said, they grind counts, they go deep into counts, they make pitchers throw a lot of pitches because they also get a lot of walks. 257 walks coming into the weekend as well.
First pitch misses low, a good block there from Cade Hinkle. It's Jack Merkwant out left. It is Elliott Life in center and Jack Van Camp in right field. As a 1-0 pitch will come high and inside on Lose, and it's now 2-0. Andy Gordon's at third, Keenholz at short, Wiebe at second, and Dean at first. Behind the plate is Cade Hinkle with McGuire Rasky on the mound. Van Camp is out in right field because Rasky is on the mound for Post State. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That one will miss in the turf. It's now 3-0. And a good stop again by Hinkle because the runner at second base, Taylor Klein, unable to advance on that pitch low. But it is a 3-0 count, which means it's going to be Rasky's going to go after him here. Don't want to walk the bases low. Lincoln Carlson is on deck. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That one's right down the middle. It's now 3-1. Taking all the way was Ben Lose. Lose comes in. He is still looking for his first hit. 0 for 6 so far. 0 for 3 in each of the first 2 days of the state tournament. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's now 3-2. Everybody will get a head start with runners at first and second. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. 3-2 count on Ben Lose. 2 walks, or a hit by pitch and a walk, and then 2 strikeouts. Nobody's put the ball in play yet for Harrisburg. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, and Rasky will get out, striking out the side. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between Pierre and Harrisburg as the Eights are coming to the plate. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way.
Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Furning Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Furning Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Furning Electric, 224-8684.
As we head to the bottom of the first inning, no score between Pierre and Harrisburg. As we go through the order now for Post States, it will be Lincoln Keno's to lead things off. He's the shortstop. Jaden Weeby, the second baseman, batting second. McGuire Rasky, the pitcher, will bat third. Andy Gordon, the third baseman, batting fourth. Cade Hinkle, the catcher, will bat fifth. Bennett Dean, the first baseman, batting sixth. Jack Merkwan, the left fielder, will bat seventh. Jack Van Camp is the right fielder, batting eighth. And Elliot Life will round out the order and round out the outfield in 7, 8, and 9 as he is playing center field for Post State. And on the mound is Ethan Rollinger, as he will get the starts. He is the day 3 starter for Harrisburg. And now we start to see those names throughout the tournament that we're not as accustomed to seeing. We'll try and Greg, you might have his numbers right off the top to find it. I
do. Yep. They're right here. For Ethan Rollinger, this will be his 10th appearance on the year, but only his third start. He has pitched 20 2/3 innings, so he has not gone deep into games, primarily been used as a reliever, only averaging a little over 2 innings an outing. He is 1-1 on the year. He has 1 save, 16 hits allowed, 11 runs, 8 earned runs, 15 walks, 29 strikeouts, so he's about a strikeout and a half an inning guy. ERA of 2.71 and a whip of 1.50. But as you look up and down these statistics for Harrisburg, Rollinger probably does slot in as their number 3 pitcher behind Will Simmons and behind Chase Mason.
And yeah, the number 3 pitcher for a lot of these teams. You know, when you look at who the number 3 pitcher will be, maybe Renner, and everybody's got 3 really good pitchers. I don't want to take anything away from them, but you look at Post State and you look at everybody else, I think Post State's got one of the best number 3 pitchers, day 3 starter out of the 6 teams that were still here. Obviously, there's another game to go after this one, but you like how you have McGuire Rasky as your day 3 starter. Here's Lincoln Keno's to step to the plate. Here's the first pitch to him from Rollinger. That one will miss low for ball 1. As Keno's will be looking for his first hit of the state tournament. He is so far 0 for 5. And uncharacteristic like for Lincoln Keno's, who had a very good region round, as he'll get his first hit on cue of the state tournament. That's ripped out to the gap in left center field. Rounding first and heading for second is Keno's. He's got a standout double to open up the bottom of the first inning. Didn't take long to get his first hit here in the region tournament after talking about him going 0 for 5 in 2 days.
And that really brought the Post 8 dugout to life. Elliot Life, Bennett Dean, both outside the dugout, really excited about the leadoff double from Lincoln Keenholz, and we'll see if the 8s can capitalize on that big hit right out of the box.
Jaden Weeby now will step to the plate. Weeby's 1 for 7 so far through 2 games here for the 8s, as he's got an early RBI opportunity with nobody out and runner on second base. Here's the first pitch. Comes inside for ball 1. Post State right now, the guy on deck, McGuire Rasky, he's the only man with multiple hits in the state tournament. Everybody else that has got a base hit has only gotten 1. Weeby's trying to change that here with a base hit and could potentially give Post State a 1-0 lead. First 1-0 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 2-0.
Yeah, and I would venture to guess, and I don't know the grades of a lot of the other teams in this tournament, of the players of the other teams in this tournament, but I would venture to guess that not many teams go sophomore, go rising junior in their top 2 slots in their lineups like Pierre has done, not only for the tournament, but has done all year long.
Counts 2-0 here to Jaden Weeby. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Rollinger. That one misses upstairs, and it's now 3-0 to Weeby. On deck is the guy that's got the most hits on the team so far this state tournament, McGuire Rasky, and can also help himself out when he gets this opportunity. Whether it's the runners at first and second, maybe a run's come in to score. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way is Weeby, 4-pitch walk. And it's first and second with nobody out.
Rollinger maybe I know he's a football commit. I think to either SDSU or Northern State. I can't remember which, but he is a very good wide receiver on the football field, and so just kind of speaks to the athleticism of this Harrisburg team. I mean, you've got 2 Division I baseball recruits in Chase Mason.
Rasky will ground it over towards the second baseman. The throw to second will skip into left field. Lincoln Keenels will come in to score. Weeby's on his way to third. He's got to get down. The throw is not in time. And Post State takes an early 1-0 lead on a throwing error from the second baseman, Carlson. And runners are at the corners with nobody outs, and Post State strikes first here in the bottom of the first.
And they had Harrisburg had Rasky played around to pull, and it was a long throw for Carlson to make the play. And when he did, he just short hopped Kogel over at the second base bag and skipped underneath him and out into left field.
Here's Andy Gordon. The first pitch to him will miss upstairs for ball 1. The biggest thing of why that second baseman Carlson was where he is at, otherwise would have got through for a clean base hit, because Rasky showed bunt. He ended up slashing the ball, showing bunt, pulling it back, and Carlson has made his way over. It almost worked out perfectly for Harrisburg, but the throw skipped into left field on a one-hopper to the shortstop in Kogel, as it counts now 2-0. And we're already going to get a mound visit here with nobody out in the top of the first inning. And the pitcher Rollinger is struggling to find the strike zone, and Andy Gordon will, as good of a hitter as he is, he's not going to be trying to help out Rollinger by any means necessary, as he's trying to find the strike zone right now.
Yeah, 9 pitches so far for Rollinger, just 2 of them for strikes, and those 2 pitches are the 2 strikes are the 2 that got hit. So anything that has not been swung at has been a ball so far. 7 of them so far for Ethan Rollinger.
So it was a quick mound visit. Runners at first and third, 2-0 count here for Andy Gordon. It is Wiebe at third base, Rasky over at first. Post State trying to extend this lead here early on in the bottom of the first inning. They took a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first yesterday. Well, it took them to the bottom of the 8th to win the ball game 6-3. As that one comes inside, and it will be taken for a strike, and it's now 2-1. Cade Hinkle is on deck. He hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the first yesterday. Bennett Dean would follow, who hit the walk-off home run yesterday afternoon to keep the season alive against Watertown. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Runner takes off for second. It's a high pitch. The throw to second, and no attempt on the tag. So a second and third, a 3-1 count here for Gordon. As Wiebe did just enough to draw the catch being made by the second baseman Carlson. So it's now a 3-1 count here to Andy Gordon with 2 guys in scoring position. Runners at second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Gordon swings and misses, and it's now 3-2.
Yeah, and Andy Gordon leads the team in RBIs, has all year. I mean, the guy who has just been rock solid in the middle of this lineup for his 3rd season up at the varsity level.
Here's a 3-2 pitch. Gordon will float out towards center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Wiebe's going to try and score. The throw coming to the plate. He will stand up, and he is safe at home. And it's a RBI single for Andy Gordon. And it's a 2-0 lead here for the Eights with nobody out in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, just kind of a soft line drive out into short center field. Chase Mason acted kind of almost deked Jaden Wiebe, and Wiebe had to kind of hold up over at third base, and then as the ball dropped, Mason with a strong throw home, and he's got a big league arm. That's why big league teams were taking a look at him, and got a big league arm and made that awful close at home, but Wiebe goes in standing up.
There's a ground ball to the first baseman. It will be fielded in foul territory by the first baseman Long. So just go a strike one. Would have been what would have looked like a sacrifice, but it would have been a ground out by Hinkle. It is Tigan out in left field. Chase Mason in center. Taylor Klein out in right. Chase Lucas at third. Kogel's at short. Carlson at second. Long at first. Lowe's behind the plate. Rollinger, the man on the mound, as he has already been laboring here in this bottom of the first inning. A 2-0 lead for Post State. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hinkle shows butt, pops it foul, and is now 0-2.
Yeah, an interesting call on the one strike pitch. Hinkle had swung away at the first pitch, and then bunt comes on the second pitch, and again, just an opportunity to try to maybe catch Harrisburg napping a little bit. Third baseman Lucas was sitting back. He's even with the bag.
So now here is the 0-2 count to Hinkle. He'll pop that one up left side, going over to his left fielder, Ty. Again, he'll backpedal a couple of steps to make the catch. And there is finally the first down recorded here in the bottom of the first inning. It took 5 guys before they got the first man retired. And now we'll bring up Bennett Dean, who had 2 guys on base the last time he came to the plate. And you can go back on Facebook, on Twitter, and watch and replay that big home run from Bennett Dean. We can go back to YouTube as well and watch the full game on KCCR Sports after this one is over, obviously. But Bennett Dean stepping to the plate here with 1 down and 2 on. First pitch will miss high and outside for ball 1. That's his only hit so far. And again, just 1 hit for everybody other than Andy Gordon got his second hit of the state tournament after picking up the RBI single. He's now 2 for 8. But everybody else has 1 hit except for McGuire Rasky. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That one will be taken upstairs. It's now 2-0. As a team, Post State not hitting the ball very well in the state tournament. We came in hitting 183 as a team through 2 games. Obviously, there's a reason why they're not hitting as well, is because, well, you're facing number 1, number 2 guy on every single team in the first 2 games. 2-0 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 3-0. On deck is Jack Merkwan, the left fielder.
And that's the thing, is that as you get to the state tournament, everybody's got their pitching staff lined up where you're going to see number 1 in the first round and number 2 in the second round. And now that you get down here and on to Sunday, you get into the back end of the bullpen a little bit.
3-0 taking all the way. It's right towards the top of the zone, and it's now 3-1. And Dean still got a really good count. It's a 3-1 count. Runners at first and second, 1 down here in the bottom of the first. As Rollinger will come set from the stretch. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one will miss for ball 4, and it's now the bases are loaded. With 1 down, and it's Jack Merkwan a chance to really extend this ball game here for Post State. No action in the bullpen yet here for Harrisburg. And really, I mean, for Harrisburg too, they're looking at this a ground ball away from getting out of it, and with 7 guys coming to the plate, you might feel like the inning still could get out of hand from you, but you can get yourself back in this with a ground ball. Here's the first pitch to Merkwan, taken for strike 1.
And again, this is a Harrisburg team that can score runs in bunches. So even though they may trail, and they will trail at least 2-0 coming out of this first inning, they can put a lot of runs on a board in a short period of time.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Merkwan. That's over for a strike, and it's now 0-2. He's 0 for 5 as Merkwan so far in 2 games. Looking for his first base hit, which would at least drive in a run, if not a second run, with Gordon out at second base. Dean's over at first, Gordon at second, Rasky at third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one will miss outside. Rasky's going to try and score as he gets to the backstop. He is in to score, and a run will come in. It's now a 3-0 ball game, as it's still second and third with 1 down. That's a big third run for Post State, and they didn't have to put the ball in play to get it. A wild pitch, and it's a 3-0 lead here for the Eights.
And a quick glance from Rollinger into the Harrisburg dugout as he was, after he gloved the ball, returned from the catcher, and just a quick glance in, and that's typically not a good sign. I mean, that gives you an indication that maybe he's kind of questioning what kind of stuff he's got today.
As the 1-2 pitch is fouled back, so it remains at 1-2. 3-0 is her score here in the bottom of the first inning. Gordon stays at third base. At second is Dean. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Merkwan will pop it up foul, and it will get out of play and behind up. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. It landed right back there. I probably would have taken the whole thing off with me, but I'm glad I had my head. I didn't know it was that high up there. I thought
it literally landed 5 feet behind John Winkler, and if he had been paying attention, he would have gotten the dream pitch.
The 1-2 pitch, that was popped foul and out of play on the right side, nowhere close to me that time. Well, I thought I didn't think he hit it as high as what he did, because I thought, well, it's not going to be, I looked up for about 3 seconds. Well, I didn't see it, so I thought, well, it probably went over the top of my head before I realized it, and it just, I don't know if I would have had enough. I probably might have had it. Oh, that would have gotten right in the sun, though. That would have been really tough. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Merkwana again will spoil it. Over out on the right side, hit the umbrella over there, but it remains at 1-2. Give me another shot. Let me give you another shot.
Just for the viewers' understanding, we are on the party deck on the first base side of the press box. I have a small press box here at First National Bank Field, and so we're actually outside. So any ball like that foul ball potentially is in play for us here.
That one's popped up on the infield, actually a couple steps on the edge of the turf going in the outfield. The shortstop and Colgan will make the catch, and there's now 2 down. And it will bring up Jack Van Camp, who will get his first opportunity to hit here in the state tournament. Been a long time since we've seen Jack Van Camp swing the bats, as he did not hit in the region round. He had a couple home runs last year. He had a grand slam here at Brandon. So here's the first pitch to Van Camp. He'll swing and miss, and it's 0-1. I think he was trying for another home run here in Brandon.
And Van Camp doesn't get cheated on his swing. He would slot in real well in this Harrisburg lineup. Just 9 at-bats on the year for Jack Van Camp. Primarily been used as a pitcher as he's been balancing his duties with Post 8 along with helping coach the Pierre 14-year-old team for Post 8 this summer.
Counts now 1-1. Boy, I'm going to have a nightmare about that foul ball that I don't know if I would have got it, but yeah, I didn't actually get a chance to catch it. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Van Camp will foul it off of his leg, and it's now 1-2. He threw on Friday, and for really what you thought was probably going to be the case is that he threw Friday, and that was the end of his state tournament. He was going to be here for moral support and maybe get a chance to hit if the timing was right. But now he's a starter out in right field here in this ball game, so he gets a chance to add a couple more runs in. 1-2 pitch is popped up. Left side, over on the infield, the shortstop Kogel will call for it. They will get out of the inning. They allow just 3 runs to come in to score in the bottom of the first inning. 3-run score on 2 hits in the inning. And there was 1 error and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the second. It is a 3-0 lead for Pierre over Harrisburg. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar, and we'll throw in an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayfordtoyota.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
As we head to the top of the second, a 3-0 lead for Pierre over Harrisburg. Joe Winkler alongside Greg Dean, as for Harrisburg it'll be Lincoln Carlson, Jack Sutton, and Chase Lucas. 5, 6, and 7. It's going to be 6, 7, and 8. As the first man to hit is Lincoln Carlson, as the first pitch to Carlson will be missed for ball 1.
26 pitches through the first inning for McGuire Rasky. So again, you're probably not looking for him to go all the way to 105. If he could give you 105, that would be a real bonus. But right now, if the Eights have to go into the bullpen, it looks like they will likely go either to Aaron Booth or to Isaac Polak, the 2 guys who threw in yesterday's game to clean up that game.
2-0 pitch will also miss, and is now 3-0 here to Chase Lucas, or to Lincoln Carlson, who had one of the other 2 hits. 3-0 pitch, that will be taken for a strike, and it's now 3-1.
And I believe the rule in American Legion Baseball tournament plays, as a pitcher, you can only make 2 appearances in a 3-day span.
The 3-1 pitch will miss, and it'll be the third free pass issued by McGuire Rasky. Nobody's put the ball in play yet for Harrisburg through the first 6 hitters. It will now bring up Jack Sutton, the DH.
And so if either Booth or Polak would throw today, they would not be available on Monday. They could come back and throw on Tuesday if the Eights were to get that far.
Here's the first pitch outside for ball 1 to Jack Sutton, the DH, who is still looking for his first hits of this state tournament. He's 0 for 7 so far. There's a lot of offers on this Harrisburg squad. A couple offers on this Harrisburg squad. Not a whole lot of base hits in total, as it counts now 1-1. Although they did have 12 hits in game 1, just 2 in game number 2. So they really struggled to hit the ball against post 22 in the lefty Hunter Tillery yesterday. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's upstairs, and it's now 2-1 here to Jack Sutton.
Sutton leads the team in hits with 51 off 116 at-bats. He's got 16 doubles, which also lead the team. A pair of triples, 5 home runs, 43 RBIs. That's second on the team, and he leads the team in batting average at 440.
2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2.
Sutton just coming off of coming off of elbow surgery within the last year. He's not back to 100% yet, at least as far as pitching and throwing is concerned. That's why he's primarily been used as a DH throughout this summer season.
2-2 misses, and it's now 3-2.
Jack Sutton, the grandson of Matt Sutton, longtime Sully County rancher, proprietor of Sutton Bay.
3-2 pitch is upstairs, and Sutton will draw a walk, and the first two are on to open up the top of the second. And it'll bring up Chase Lucas. And Harrisburg's in a good spot right now if they're going to try and maybe get 1 or 2 back here in this top of the second inning. They've got the first 2 on with nobody outs.
And again, Jack Sutton's dad, John Sutton, very good pitcher for Post 8 back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then went on and parlayed that into a very good career at what was then Augustana College.
Lucas takes strike 1. He's down the count 0-1, and ground ball would be good. Lincoln Keno's playing right behind the bag at second base. 0-1 pitch. He checked his swing, and they're going to check him over at second, and he did not go, and the count's now 1-1. So 3 walks hit by pitch, which was going to be ball 4 anyway. 4 free passes from McGuire-Raskey, 3 strikeouts so far through the first 7 men that he's faced. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one will be taken high and inside. The count's now 2-1.
And again, that high strike is just not there today.
Looks like maybe Isaac Pollock is warming up in the bullpen right now for Post 8. So if that's the case, then Pollock would be probably used for an extended period of time. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, and I think this is certainly a game that you don't want to allow Harrisburg to get any kind of momentum, or if they do, you really want to nip it in the bud. And so far, what we've seen out of McGuire-Raskey is a lot of swings and misses, but also those 3 walks and that hit batter so far just through 1+ innings.
2-2 pitch is skied out to center field. Elliott Life will range over to his right. He'll make the catch. There's the first man retired, and the first time we've seen the ball be put into play by Harrisburg. And there's one down to bring up now Jack Tigan. The number 9 here to the left fielder with a ground ball can get you out of this inning just as quickly as Harrisburg got 2 men on base. As Tigan will come in, hitting 1 for 4 so far in the tournament. 1 for 3 in the game on Friday and 0 for 1 yesterday. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
And I got to believe that this Harrisburg team is a team that probably doesn't hit into a lot of ground ball double plays because they probably don't hit a lot of ground balls.
You're not wrong about that. After I said that, and when you started talking, I knew exactly where you were going with that point because it probably doesn't happen very often. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1, which also tells you if you get a ground ball in this, it maybe is a routine ground ball, you've got to turn it into a double play because you won't get that many opportunities to do it. You've got to take advantage of any ground ball that's hit by Harrisburg. From the stretch, here's a 1-1 pitch from Raskey to Tigan. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. And on deck, back to the top of the order, and Taylor Klein, who was hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate.
Tigan hitting .307 coming into the tournament. He leads the team in triples with 27 hits and 88 at-bats. He has 22 RBIs, 14 walks, 22 strikeouts.
As that one is upstairs, and it's now 2-2. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station, as we're past 3 o'clock here on this Sunday afternoon. Post 8, right now, I would believe that they would probably play the 8 o'clock game tomorrow night if they would win, because the fact that Renner has played Sioux Falls East, who beat Brandon Valley, and then has also played Renner. or also played Pierre, as there's a swing and a miss and another strikeout. Fourth strikeout of the ball game now for McGuire Raskey. And there's 2 down here in the top of the second to bring up Taylor Klein.
And what happens is you get into that Final Four, what the tournament organizers do is because you'll have 3 teams with 1 loss and 1 team that's undefeated, they do their best to pair teams that have not played each other yet. And so right now, I don't think it's going to, like you said, John, it's probably not going to make much difference the way the bracket is set up. They will likely play that 8 o'clock game tomorrow night.
Yeah, because if they do win, Renner will have played all 3 teams. So then where the bracket set up, they have them. Post State would be playing the winner of Renner and Post 22 for that second game. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. Obviously, we'll have to make sure before anything happens. Of course, Post State has to win this ball game before we can even start talk about tomorrow. But that would be probably the probable start of that game. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Klein. He swings and misses, and Raskey will strike out Klein, after walking the first 2 guys, he retires the next 3 in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, another 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Pierre leads at 3-0 over Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the second inning. As for Post State, it'll be 9-1-2. Elliott Life, Lincoln Keenels, and Jaden Wiebe. He might reach his base, and it'll be back to the number 3 hitter, McGuire Raskey. As it is a 3-0 lead, Post State scored 3 runs on 2 hits and an error in that first inning. And Elliott Life, the lone man that did not hit in that bottom of the first, will have an opportunity to swing the bat and see what he can do. He has a double. He's one of the few guys with an extra base hit in this tournament. I believe it's Life, and then Raskey with doubles, and then home runs by Hinkle and Dean have been the only 4 extra base hits so far for Post State, besides Keenel's double to open up the ball game in the bottom of the first. Those are the only 4 extra base hits coming into this third game. Here's the first pitch to Elliott Life, as he'll take it for strike 1. That's the 34th pitch right now, the ball game for Rollinger. McGuire Raskey with 50 pitches through 2 innings.
Score update from Hyde Stadium. The Pierre Junior Legion team season has come to an end as they lost to the Aberdeen Smitty's Junior Legion team 9-1 in the consolation bracket of the state Junior Legion tournament. Junior Legion had lost to the Post 22 Bullets 13-4 last night.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Life. There's a ground ball that's rolled foul over to the first base side, and it's now 1-2. Life coming in as he was hitting at 167 and went 1 for 6 with a double in the region round. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Life. That one will be taken for strike 3, and a strikeout to open up the bottom of the second. First strikeout for Rollinger. And there's 1 down. Back to the top of the order here for Lincoln Keenels, who doubled his first trip.
Keenholz coming into the weekend hitting .380 on the year. He leads the team in batting average, .463 on base percentage, .535 slugging average. Also leads the team. OPS of .999, has 3 triples, which leads the team. He's third on the team in doubles with 5.
As the first pitch was taken for a strike, here's the 0-1 that will miss low, and it's now 1-1. He hit .715, .714 in the region round with end up hitting at .778 in the region round with 3 doubles, a triple, and 7 hits in total, as it counts now 1-2. Thanks to the chagrin of the Pierre faithful here in Brandon, as it counts now 1-2. Here's 1-2 pitch to Keenholz. Swings and misses, and it's back-to-back strikeouts here for Rollinger. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the second to bring up Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman.
And kind of the thing that you really don't want to see happen if you're Post State is allowing Ethan Rollinger to get into a rhythm. I mean, you really like to knock him around a little bit here in the second inning, even if you don't get a run on the board. I mean, if you can make him work and go a little deeper into his pitch count, maybe force Harrisburg go into the bullpen a little earlier than what they had hoped, that would be ideal for Post State today.
0-1 pitch to Wiebe. He'll foul that one back, and it's now 0-2. What happened yesterday after the 3-run homer from Cade Hinkle ended up being 13 straight retired, I believe it was, from the starting pitcher Jared Cyrus for Watertown, which allowed them to come back and tie the ball game up as the 0-2 is fouled out of play, and it will remain at 0-2. So, yeah, a 3-0 start to this ball game, and you're feeling pretty good again, just like you were yesterday, but you got to keep adding to it. You can't be comfortable with just a 3-0 lead right now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's outside, and it's now 1-2. And the way Harrisburg swings the bat, and yes, the wind is going the way that Post State would like it to be blowing, and it's blowing in. You can't let that Harrisburg can easily tie the ball game up with just a couple of swings of the bat. 1-2 pitch is just outside, and it's now 2-2. Good take there from Wiebe as Lose tried to frame it, but it missed the zone, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, 3/4 of the Harrisburg infield started towards the dugout. They all thought that was strike 3, but the umpire thought otherwise.
Here's now the 2-2 pitch. There's a line shot caught by the first baseman Long, and that retires his side here in the bottom of the second. A 1-2-3 inning for Rollinger sends us to the top of the third, a 3-0 lead for Pierre over Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back here, top of the third inning between Pierre and Harrisburg. 3-0 lead. John McClure alongside Greg Dean, as is a elimination matchup. The winner will advance to tomorrow. Sioux Falls East is into tomorrow. Renner and Post 22 will both be playing tomorrow as well. It depends on who has the upper hand going into Monday. And then, of course, Post State looking to get to Monday. Between them and Harrisburg will be the fourth team. We'll know who the four teams will be. We don't know the matchups until after at least this game is over with, if not by the end of the night, as the last game will start right around 5 o'clock. Renner and Post 22 will play about 30 minutes after this one concludes, as it's 2, 3, and 4 here for Harrisburg. Tyson Kogel, Timon Long, and Chase Mason. Most dangerous part of the order for Harrisburg is stepping the plate down 3-0 here in the top of the third inning. First pitch is over for strike one to Long, who struck out swinging his first trip to the plate.
Again, Eights with a real heavy shift on the defensive side on the infield. Wiebe in short right field, and Keenholz he's actually on the outfield grass, but he is actually about half a dozen steps on the right field side of second base. Andy Gordon playing about where Keenholz would typically be playing. Andy Gordon, the third baseman, over right in the middle between second base and third base.
So the count is 0-2 here to Tyson Kogel. The 0-2 pitch, that one will miss high. And it's now 1-2. And Kogel is one of those guys that has hit a home run so far in this state tournament. That's been his only hit so far was a home run. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This will be the 1-2 pitch. They'll check him, and he does go around, and that will be a strikeout of a Tyson Kogel, and there's now one down. And add that to another strikeout. 6 strikeouts in the ball game for McGuire Rasky.
Yeah, and even though Kogel checked his swing and it didn't get an immediate call from the home plate umpire, I had my fist ready to ring him up, and the umpire down the third base line immediately without hesitation when the appeal went down to third base, he just immediately raised the fist and said, "Yep, that's strike 3."
As the As Timon Long will come to the plate, he walked his first trip to the plate. First pitch is over for strike one. As Long has got 2 home runs, 7 RBIs so far. Just one hit that was not a bomb so far for Long, which you can say that about a lot of doubleheaders that Harrisburg probably played this year. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is popped up as Lincoln Keenels will go back into shallow center field to make the catch, and there's 2 down. And that was Lincoln Keenels' ball all the way, but where you saw it at first, Gene Wiebe, he could have gone straight back from where he was standing at to make the play. Obviously, Keenels had the better angle to go make the play, but Wiebe was all the way over. Wait, now we're going to have 4 outfielders here for Chase Mason. Wait, Lincoln Keenels will play second base. He's the shortstop playing second base. 4 outfielders. Wiebe is out in left field. The first pitch is taken for ball 1. Gordon's playing short. Lincoln Keenels is playing second base out in right field right now. Benedin's playing down the line. Jack Van Camp will take about 3 steps, and he's at the wall as the 1-0 pitch is fouled back, and it's now 1-1. LA Life playing the right center field gap. Looking like a slow pitch softball team out in the outfield right now. You got right field, right center, and left field.
Yeah, it looks like a shorthanded slow pitch softball team right now.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. Mason was trying to make it a 3-1 ball game. You don't see that very often. 4 outfielders here for Post State.
Mason has 34 hits on the year. 18 of them have been home runs.
As a 1-2 is upstairs, and it's now 2-2.
So you can see the reasoning behind the defensive shift. I mean, this is exactly what Post State is trying to do, is trying to take away that power and maybe get into his head a little bit.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one misses outside, and it's now 3-2. Andy Gore's got to feel pretty lonely over there on the left side of the infield. Not many times where you stay on the infield somewhere and have nobody else around you. But it's a full count pitch upcoming here to Mason after Rasky steps off. He'll get back on the rubber. He'll come set from the stretch. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Mason. Swing and a miss, and Rasky gets a strikeout in a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We played 2.5. There is a 3-0 lead for Pierre over Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
But when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
When something just isn't right, it's natural to talk about it.
If you had a toothache, you'd tell someone. If you found out you had diabetes, you'd learn to take care of it.
But when you're feeling stressed, sad, or worried, you're less likely to tell someone.
Why do we treat physical and mental health so differently?
There is no difference. We all need someone to talk to, and there's nothing shameful about wanting to be healthy for you.
When you just need someone to talk to, contact Rising Hope Counseling at 494-1500 or risinghope605.com.
Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Rising Hope Counseling, because if you have hope,
you have everything.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the third inning, it is a 3-0 lead here for Post State. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. Winner will advance to tomorrow. Loser is done. Their season comes to an end. But Post State has that 3-0 advantage. McGuire Rasky will lead things off. It would be followed by Andy Gordon, then Cade Hinkle. Anybody reaches base, it'll then be Bennett Dean. As the Eights get a 1-2-3 inning against 2, 3, and 4, which is hard to do at any point, even with the strikeouts that Harrisburg has, to go 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup and go a 1-2-3 inning. That's pretty impressive, as Rasky will ground the first pitch foul as it went into the first base dugout, I believe. Everybody kind of scattered away, and the count's 0-1.
Yeah, went in and out of the Post State dugout, and I can only imagine we don't have an angle to see how many bodies flew 18 different directions in there. That's the imagination that went through my mind when I saw that ball go in and then pop out after it hit the back wall.
Counts 1-1 here to Rasky. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. Rollinger, who had 33 pitches, who had a much shorter time in that second inning.
He's at 48 through 2 complete plus the 3, so at 51 right now.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Rasky will line that to center field. It'll hang up there for Chase Mason. When that left the bat, I thought the wind was going to just knock it straight down in front of Mason, but it hung up there, and Mason made the catch above the shoulders, and the leadoff man retired. Rasky got that one on the nose.
3:15 down each line here at First National Bank Field at Aspen Park in Brandon. 375 to straightaway center field. No markings in either left center or right center. Estimation would be probably somewhere around 350, 355 into the power alleys.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gordon. That misses upstairs, and it's now 1-1. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI single, is Gordon. That at that point made it a 2-0 lead for Post State. Here's the 1-1 to Gordon. That one is over for a strike, and it's now 1-2. On deck would be Kate Hinkle, then Bennett Dean if anybody is able to reach base. It's been 9 in a row now retired. 6 in a row retired for Rollinger. There's a line shot. That one will just get foul. And Coach White's, he threw his head back. It was foul by a couple of feet, but it didn't start. When that was hit on a line, it looked like it was going to land right down the third base line, but instead it's a foul ball, and it's now 1-2.
Yeah, just a rope right over the top of Chase Lucas at third base, and just kept curling and ended up being foul about.
There's a 1-2 pitch that's lined to the second baseman Carlson, and he's got it on the nose, and there's now 2 down. And it's 7 in a row retired for Rollinger to bring up now Kate Hinkle, the catcher, who is 0 for 1.
But 2 hard-hit balls here in the bottom of the third inning, just unfortunately for the Eights, right at center fielder Chase Mason and right at the second baseman Lincoln Carlson.
Here's the first pitch from Rollinger to Hinkle. He'll swing and pop that one up, and it might be a 1-2-3 inning as Rollinger will call for it. It's a step away from the rubber that makes the catch. And it is 8 in a row retired from Rollinger. After a 3-0 start for Post State, they still lead at 3-0, but we head to the 4th inning as Harrisburg will be trying to claw their way back. Post State has a 3-0 lead. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Oahe Federal Credit Union, their recreation loan special is back and better than ever with rates as low as 2.55% APR. 90 days, no payments, and terms up to 15 years. Apply online at www.oahefcu.coop or pick up an application at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Some exclusions may apply. See the website for more details.
People helping people. Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard, a combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre, or give them a call, 224-5546.
As we head to the top of the 4th inning, it is a 3-0 lead. McGuire Rasky back out on the mound here for Post State as he will deal now with 5, 6, and 7. Rasky with 7 strikeouts so far in this ball game. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, another 2 in the third. As here in the top of the 4th, they'll go against Ben Lose, Lincoln Carlson, and Jack Sutton. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors so far for Post State. No runs, no hits, 1 error for Harrisburg. As the first pitch to Ben Lose will come in for strike 1.
For Rasky, comes into the inning 62 pitches through 3 complete. So he's on track if he stays on this 20-plus pitch count range. He's on track to throw 5, maybe get into the 6th if he's lucky.
So the count is 1-1 here to Ben Lose. He had a 12-pitch inning last inning. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. We'd love to see another 12 under 15-pitch inning for McGuire Rasky to try and get him farther in this ball game. Here's now the 1-2 pitch from Rasky to Lose. Swing and a miss, and Rasky gets his 8th strikeout of the ball game. And there's 1 down here in the top of the 4th, and it brings up Lincoln Carlson. The good and the bad that comes with a strikeout is that you at least have to throw 3 pitches in every at-bat, and that drives up your pitch count, but also you're frustrating guys a lot by getting a bunch of strikeouts. As Lincoln Carlson drew a walk in his first trip to the plate, he'll step with 1 out and nobody on. There's a strike from Rasky on the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
Post State bullpen has gone dead. Isaac Pollock has come back to the dugout, so at least for the near term, this ball game is in Rasky's hands out on the mound for Post State.
Count is 1-1 here to Lincoln Carlson. It is 7 in a row retired from McGuire Rasky right now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one is on the outside corner and is now 1-2. Not sure the Harrisburg fans like that strike call, but the count is 1-2. From the stretch, here's the 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, and it's now 2-2.
And again, Rasky has been maybe, I would call him just a little bit effectively wild. So far, he has thrown 70 pitches, 36 for strikes. But he's been all over and hasn't allowed Harrisburg really to dig in against him today.
And there's another swinging strikeout. So what he hasn't thrown, he's been about half of a half with strikes and balls. He's still got 9 strikeouts in the ball game. And it's now Jack Sutton to come to the plate. That it sometimes will drive a coach nuts, but you also can't complain about, in your head you're going, come on, throw a couple more strikes, but you can't say anything out loud because you got 9 strikeouts. Whether or not you like that he's throwing, that one misses the zone and it's now 1-0. He hasn't really had a whole lot of 1, 2, 3 strikeouts, but you can't get mad at him for how he's been throwing through the first 3 2/3 innings. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball left side. There's the first hit of the ball game for Harrisburg. As Jack Sutton is on base with 2 away, and he'll bring up Chase Lucas after it ends a strain of 8 in a row retired from Rasky.
Yeah, and again, not a surprise that the first Harrisburg hit comes off the bat of Jack Sutton. Again, we talked about the fact that he is the leading hitter on this team, comes into the state tournament hitting .440 on the year. He has an OPS of 1.238 because it's not just singles he hits, 16 doubles, two triples, and five home runs. So really good hitter stuck in the middle of that Harrisburg lineup.
First pitch misses for ball 1 to Chase Lucas, the third baseman who is 0 for 1. He flew out to the center fielder Elliott Life in his first trip to the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He'll pop that one foul and it will get out of play. And it's now 1-1. He was the first guy to put a ball in play for Harrisburg, and that came with 2 on and nobody out in the top of the second. He had 3 walks and a hit by a pitch and 3 strikeouts before he had somebody put the ball in play. There's a strike from Rasky, and the count's now 1-2. As he's trying to get another 0 on the board here for Post State. Going to use a little bit of the rosin bag that's behind the mound. It's a hot one here, and the turf makes you a little bit hotter. So that sweat trying to make sure that hand is dry. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Rasky to Lucas. Paints the outside corner but doesn't get the strike call, and the count's now 2-2.
And much like the call that Harrisburg thought they should have gotten an inning prior, 3/4 of the Post State team was starting to head toward the dugout, but umpire said ball number 2 on the previous pitch.
And the count's now 3-2 as that missed low and outside, and it will be Jack Sutton a chance to get a head start with a 3-2 count and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. There's a line shot. That's a base hit. Down the right field line, Jack Van Camp will cut it off in the line. The throw coming in will hold Lucas to a single. And it's now 1st and 3rd here with 2 away. And not so fast on a scoreless inning with the number 9 hitter, Jack Tigan, coming into the plate. This is a big at-bat for the 8s and for Harrisburg right now. You can keep this a 3-0 deficit with the top of the order coming up. They'll play in the top of the 5th inning, or Harrisburg gets their first run across, and they also get the top of the order coming back around with 2 outs. Jack Tigan struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch is grounded line foul over to the first base dugout.
Tigan, the number 9 hitter, hits .307 coming into the state tournament. That's a pretty impressive average for a number 9 hitter in any lineup. Leads the team in triples with 3, 27 hits, and 88 at-bats so far this year.
0-1 pitch to Tigan's upstairs, and it's now 1-1. And on deck to the top of the order, Taylor Klein. Here in the top of the 4th, a 3-0 lead for Post State. McGuire Rasky trying to get through at least 4 scoreless innings. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2 to Tigan, and a strike away from getting out of this inning, and another 0 here for McGuire Rasky. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Top of the fourth, 3-0 lead for Pierre. Rasky comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, and it's now 2-2.
Harrisburg has not made any attempt to try to put Lucas in motion so far, with 2 outs, trying to protect that runner, and because they're down 3-0, they are doing everything possible to put the bat in Jack Tigan's hands.
Here's the 2-2 pitch now from Rasky. Swing and a miss, and Rasky gets another 0. 10 strikeouts through 4 innings for McGuire Rasky. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Pierce still leads at 3-0 over Harrisburg. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wagner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wagner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WagnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wagner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WagnerAuto.com or stop by Wagner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today. 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, a 3-0 lead for Post State. McGuire Rasky has gone 4 scoreless innings on the mound with 10 strikeouts in the ballgame, allowing just 2 hits, and those both came in that last inning. It is Bennett Dean, Jack Merkwan, and Jack Van Camp. The first 3 hitters, 6, 7, and 8. 8 in a row have been retired for Rollinger. Here's the first pitch to Dean, and it hits him on the foot. Well, there's a way to break up 8 in a row retired. Take one off the foot, and you're on base to open up the bottom of the fourth inning.
And we'll see if the Eights try to play some games here. Dean, not much of a stolen base threat, but we'll see if they attempt to try to maybe move him over via a Jack Merkwan bunt, and we're beginning to see some action down in the Harrisburg bullpen. I believe that is number 4.
It's
I think that's Sam Rayburn.
Yep.
Yes.
So Sam Rayburn will make his way down to the bullpen. Kai Youngblood will be with him as Merkwan will try and bunt the ball. It's up in the air. Sliding grab is made by the pitcher in Rollinger, and that's a big first out. Trying to sacrifice and advance a runner over, but unable to get the sacrifice for Jack Merkwan, and there's now 1 down to bring up Jack Van Camp, who is 0 for 1.
Yeah, and a nice play by Rollinger. We talked about how good of an athlete he is, headed to the next level to play football, and he just acted like that was just a sliding catch going into the corner of the end zone as he fielded that pop-up on the bunt.
Van Camp will foul the first pitch over to the first base dugout, and it's 0-1. Again, the last time Van Camp hit in this ballpark was a grand slam, I believe, against Sioux Falls East. That was the game that he got the grand slam against Sioux Falls East. Matt Lusk hit a grand slam against Yankton, or vice versa. They both hit grand slams here. Dean will take off for second to throw to second. Sliding in and hanging on to the bag with his left hand is Bennett Dean to be safe. We don't see Dean steal too much, but he looked like a base stealer on that one, and able to almost slide past the base, but kept his left hand on there, and he's in scoring position with a 1-1 count to Van Camp.
Yeah, and Luce, the catcher, looked like he kind of double clutched on that ball. Maybe it was a little slow on the release. The pop time wasn't real good behind the plate, and just gave Dean enough time to get in ahead of the tag.
And you know what, a guy that you're probably not too concerned about running ends up running it. Well, that sometimes hurts the catcher because he's not expecting it. When you're kind of least expecting a guy to steal, and he takes off, it throws off your timing a little bit. As Van Camp called time, he steps back into the box. Here's now the 1-2 pitch instead. Rollinger will step off, and a little gamesmanship between the two batter and pitcher. Here's now the 1-2 pitch from Rollinger to Van Camp. That one will bounce in. Good block there from the catcher Los, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, and Van Camp, the super senior, and I think part of the reason, not only is he a really good outfielder, but just having that extra year of experience is probably why he's got that outfield slot today with Rasky on the hill.
2-2 pitch misses just inside. Van Camp said he thought he got hit by it. Also, it was Rollinger who thought it was strike 3. So everybody was abandoning where they were, the spot there, and thinking it was going to be one way or the other. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Van Camp. He'll foul and get a piece of it. And the count remains full at 3-2.
Van Camp with a big, long swing. He and like we said, he rarely gets cheated. If he commits, he's coming all the way through. So if he connects, it's going to go a long way.
Here's a 3-2 pitch. Van Camp swings and misses. That maybe would have been ball 4. And he's down on strikes for the second out, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And we'll bring up Elliott Life, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate. Dean is on at second with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A base hit could score him. Here's the first pitch, and Life will foul it out of play on the left side. And Life struck out looking his first trip to the plate, looking for his second hit of the state tournament. And it could be a big one to extend the lead to 4 for Post State. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Life will foul that one out of play on the left side again, and so the count's now 0-2. And after Rollinger hit Dean on the foot with the first pitch of the inning, he's now a strike away from getting out of this inning without any damage. 2 hits apiece with a 3-0 lead for Post State. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, never tempted the zone, is now 1-2.
Yeah, and just what the Eights need right now is for Elliott Life just to put a ball in play and see if they can put a little pressure on the Harrisburg defense right here.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. That one is high and outside, and the count's now 2-2.
Rollinger, after getting ahead 0-2, 2 straight fastballs up and out of the zone, and so if you're Life, maybe now you're looking for something off speed coming back into the zone after those 2 waste pitches.
Here's now the 2-2 pitch. Time was called before the pitch came in, and Elliott Life ducked it out of the way as the pitch was coming in. I didn't think that maybe he got time and granted it in time, but it worked out for Harrisburg because the pitch was left high. The count still remains at 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch again. That one will come upstairs, and it's now 3-2. On decks, the top of the order, Lincoln Keenels. Dean is on at second. Free base at first base, so Dean will not be taking off with a pitch. Here's a 3-2 from Rollinger to Life. There's a ground ball to the right side. It'll be fielded by the second baseman, bobbled, but the throw to first is a low one, and he can't pick it out. As the first baseman long, and it'll be the second error charged by the second baseman, Carlson, and the inning will continue with runners at first and third and 2 away. And now is the top of the order for Lincoln Keenels, and we'll have a mound visit, and we'll see if maybe this will be the end of the line for Rollinger.
And with 70, Rollinger is up at 73 pitches, and it will bring a pitching change. 73 pitches, he's past that 60 pitch mark, so even if they wanted to, Ethan Rollinger's tournament is done. He could not come back even if Harrisburg got as far as Tuesday.
So we will tell you the changes after this 1-minute break and who the new pitcher is. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
It is Sam Rayburn on the mound here for Harrisburg as we head to we're still in the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's first and third, and he will start with the leadoff man in the order, Lincoln Keenels, but he has first and third with 2 away.
Sam Rayburn, this will be his 9th appearance on the year, 19 2/3 innings pitched, so averaging just over 2 innings an outing. He has started 5 games, 1-2 on the year, no saves, 27 hits allowed, 25 runs, 20 of them earned, 22 walks in those 19 innings. So he's given up at least 1 walk per inning, 20 strikeouts, and by looking at his warm-up pitches, this is a hard-throwing young man, a 7.12 ERA and a 2.49 WHIP. So his key to success is Rayburn's is that he needs to cut down on the walks and try to keep the ball in the strike zone. As hard as he throws, it's just kind of rear back, and here's the gas.
First pitch missed to Lincoln Keenholz. Here's now the 1-0 pitch. And Keenholz will shoot that out towards the right center field gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. Another run will come in to score. Keenholz is going to try and get the second. The throw coming in is cut off by the second baseman. It's the second double of the game for Lincoln Keenholz. And the Post States now leads 4-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And again, a fastball from Rayburn, just what we talked about, fastball from Rayburn that Keenholz just went the other way with, and we've talked all year about the inside-out swing that Keenholz has, and he just goes the other way into the right center field gap, just kind of medium deep, and has the double. Runners now second and third, Life at third, Keenholz at second for Jaden Wiebe.
That pitch will hit the top of the mask of Ben Lose, and it stayed in front of the plate and just off to the right-hand side of the plate, so Life unable to score, but he had a great read on that, and he would have scored without a play if that would have got to the backstop, but a huge stop, and one that we might circle back to as Ben Lose made that stop. It is now 2-0 to Jaden Wiebe, who is 0 for 1. He walked, came around to score, and then lined out to the first baseman, long in his 2 trips to the plate. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Wiebe. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-1.
And Lincoln Keenholz slid head first going into second base on that double, and when he came up, he was kind of shaking his left arm and left shoulder. I hope that's not an indication that maybe he did a little tweak something right there.
That one will get away from the catcher Lose. He's going to get to the backstop, and another run's going to come in to score as Elliott Life will come in on the wild pitch, and it's a 5-0 lead now here for Post States. And Life said he didn't touch they say he didn't touch the plate. He came all the way back and slid in and beat the pitcher. Rayburn, boy, I thought he had slid and touched the plate, but there was a race back from the dugout to home plate with Rayburn and Life, and he slid in safe.
I think it was maybe precautionary because it looked like maybe he got the corner of the plate when he slid in, but then slid over top of it.
There's a ground ball up the middle, be fielded by the shortstop. Kogel behind the bag. The throw is low, and it's not dug out by the first baseman Long, and another run will come in to score. And another error will be charged to Harrisburg, and it's a 6-0 lead now for Post State. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, all the damage done with 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, just a ground ball that just took one hop right over the top of Rayburn. Kogel comes in from his shortstop position, had plenty of time, but made the throw on the run. And when he did, he short hop timing Long over at first base, and that's almost exactly what happened with that error earlier in the inning on Life's ground ball to Lincoln Carlson, where the throw just short hopped Long, and he was not able to field it cleanly, and the Eights keep the inning going.
A 2-out error that allowed Life to be on base, and now a 2-out error that allowed Jaden Wiebe to be on base, as Rasky will shoot that one foul down the right field line and will get out of play. And it is 0-1. Rasky's got a chance here with Wiebe on at first, and will take a gap shot to get Wiebe to score from first base. But Rasky so far is 0 for 2. He reached on an error and also flew out to the center fielder. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Rasky. Wiebe takes off, it hits Rasky, and it's now first and second here with 2 away. And it will be now Andy Gordon to come to the plate. And the inning will continue some more. I mean, this has been an inning for Harrisburg that probably they want to forget. 3 unearned runs have scored in this inning after a 2-out error, which if the play was made, no runs would have scored in this inning. And another error that allowed another run to score that could have ended it with a 5-0 lead for Post State. Here's the first pitch to Gordon. That's at the letters for strike 1. Gordon is 1 for 2 with an RBI single, also lined down to the second baseman. He's the 8th man to come to the plate in the inning for Post State. From the stretch, Rayburn delivers the 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, fielded by the shortstop Kogel. He'll flip the easy way to second to finally get out of the inning, but not before the damage is done for Post State. 3-run score in the inning on just one hit. There were 2 errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the 5th. Pierre has a 6-0 lead on Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
As we head to the top of the 5th inning, McGuire-Raskey is out with 84 pitches thrown. But he's still out on the mound. I shouldn't say he's out of the ball game. He is still out on the mound, although he's thrown 84 pitches. As Harrisburg trails Pierre 6-0. Taylor Klein, Tyson Kogel, Timon Long. The top 3 in the order. Here in the top of the 5th, first pitch will be bouncing in for ball 1. As the 8 scored 3 unearned runs in the top of the 5th inning. Wait, Tyson Klein threw his bat thinking he got hit by the pitch. I didn't think that was anywhere close to hitting him, but
he evidently did.
Yeah, he thought it got him somewhere. Counts 1-0. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That one will come inside, and it's now 2-0 here to Klein, who is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and also struck out swinging. And his 2 trips to the plate. Here's a 2-0. That one is at the letters, and it's now 2-1. That's 87 pitches now for McGuire-Raskey, so he's got 18 left. He can finish the batter if he gets to 105. He can finish that at bat, then his day would be done. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, is now 2-2. 10 strikeouts in the ball game for McGuire-Raskey so far, but another reason why the pitch count is up the way it is. 3 walks and hit by pitch so far. And now Cade Hinkle has got to get a new mitt. Looks like maybe his glove lost a little bit. He doesn't want that ball to slip out of his glove. Don't want to have the hole in the glove on a 3rd strike.
And we saw this happen up in Aberdeen a little over 10 days ago. That the Aberdeen catcher had an equipment malfunction with his catcher's equipment, and when he did. What it did was it kind of messed him up for a little bit.
2-2 pitch is taken for strike 3, and the 11th strikeout of the ball game for McGuire-Raskey. Second time that Klein's gone down on strikes, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, just an off-speed pitch on the outside corner, and Klein could not pull the trigger, and he goes down for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th.
Tyson Kogel, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, is now at the plate. Here's the first pitch to him. That one will miss upstairs for ball 1. You can hear the wind in our microphones. That's the sign that's a good sign for Post State. That's what they want in this ball game. That's what every team has wanted against Harrisburg. The wind blowing in on them. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is popped up, and it will be foul and out of play. And the count is now even at a ball and a strike.
Eights with a big defensive shift on, not to the extent that they had when Mason was at the plate, but for Kogel, right now, actually, Lincoln Keenholz is in short right field. The shortstop is pulled all the way over in short right field. Jaden Wiebe is playing about 3 steps to the on the right field side of second base. Andy Gordon all by himself, standing halfway between second and third.
Counts 2-1 here to Kogel. From the stretch, 2-1 pitch. There's a foul tip off the umpire. Got him right at probably the bottom of the chest protector. He bounced right back up. He hunched over for just about a second, then came right back up. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rasky's trying to now send down Kogel for the 3rd time in his many at-bats.
I think we've seen more umpires get hit in this tournament than I remember in such a short period of time.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one is popped foul on left side. Andy Gordon going over the third base side. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. And it will bring up Timon Long. Trying to get another 0 for McGuire Rasky. And 94 pitches for McGuire Rasky, as Tyler Merriam says it on the PA right now, that if Rasky can get out of this inning with a very limited amount of pitches against this at-bat, he has an opportunity to throw in the top of the 6th and maybe go get a couple outs in the top of the 6th inning. Here in the top of the 5th with a 6-0 lead for Post State. First pitch is over for strike 1 to the number 3 hitter Timon Long, who walked and also popped out to the shortstop Keenels in the shallow center field.
And again, the 8's now in a defensive shift the other way with Wiebe on the left field side, the second baseman on the left field side of second base. He's about 3 or 4 steps right there. Keenholz deep in the hole at shortstop.
Count is 1-1 here to Timon Long. 1-1 pitch is high and outside, and it's now 2-1 to Long.
Elliott Life pulled over around into the left center field gap. Jack Merkwan back, not necessarily guarding the line, but is closer to the line than what he would be. He's not certainly not in straightaway left field.
So now here's the 2-1 pitch to Timon Long. That one's off the mid of Hinkle, and it was high anyway, and the count's now 3-1. On deck is Chase Mason, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. But a 6-0 lead for Post State here in the top of the 5th. 3-1 pitch. That one is popped up. Right side, Jack Van Camp. He's got room. McGuire Rasky will have 5 shutout innings for Post State's. A 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. All of a sudden, Post State, if they can get a 4 spot, they can win the ball game and stay alive to Monday. We'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
So as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, it is a 6-0 lead here for Post State. John McClure alongside Greg Dean, as the winner will stay alive to Monday, tomorrow. Right now, it looks like if Post State is the winner, that they would probably play the 8 o'clock game tomorrow night, although there's still that chance that maybe they move things around and they play at 5:30. But that would be the only other time they would play, either 5:30 or 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, if they are able to win this ball game. It is going to be Cade Hinkle, not the only man that didn't come to the plate in that last inning, is taken high for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 so far in this ball game, as Hinkle, Dean, and Merkwan be the first 3 hitters. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Hinkle. That one is at the letters, is now 1-1.
Hinkle leads the team in games played. He is now, this will be his 44th game of the year. One of the team leaders in doubles with 5, leads the team in walks coming into the tournament with 29.
As there's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2 here to Cade Hinkle. Dean's been on base both times. He's the man on deck. Then be followed by Jack Merkwan. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will bounce in, and the count is now 2-2. This is Sam Rayburn on the mound after Rollinger was unable to get out of that 4th inning, and then actually 3 unearned runs all scored in that 4th inning. There's been a couple of unearned runs in the ball game for Post State And against Harrisburg, 2-2 pitch comes in, nearly gets Hinkle on around the elbow, but it will miss for ball 3, and the count is full now to the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 6-0 lead for Post State. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hinkle swings and misses, and he is down to open up the bottom of the 5th inning. And it will bring up now Bennett Dean, who is drawn a walk and was also hit by a pitch in his 2 trips to the plate so far in the ball game. After hitting a 3-run homer to win the ball game yesterday, he has not put the ball in play, but not by choice. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. Here's the first pitch to Dean. He'll swing and miss at that one.
Officially 0 for 0 on the day.
He's looking for that first official at-bat, and he'd like to have a hit with that official at-bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Dean will foul that one back to the netting, and it's now 0-2. Jack Merquan waits on deck. He's still looking for his first hit of the state tournament. Rayburn works from the stretch with nobody on base. He's going to have the catcher Ben Lose come out and talk with him. If there had been a runner on base, he probably would have balked, but nobody on base. It's amazing how a different approach it is. You know, I think back to Francisco Rodriguez, K-Rod, back in the day, where when he would come in, he'd always work from the stretch, but he would never come set with nobody on base. And you always think, well, that's... But from the windup, I mean, you basically can say it's from the windup, so it ends up not being a balk. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Dean again. That one's high for ball 1. It's now 1-2.
And it seems like I remember a balk being called against a pitcher when there was no one on base a number of years ago, and he just went down as a ball in the scorebook.
1-2 pitch misses low, and it's now 2-2. That would be the case if it is a balk, and I think it's got to be very egregious that it's a balk, because a lot of times you see guys start their motion, nobody calls time, and they just step off, and everything's okay. But yeah, I think if you get to a point where you end up calling a balk with nobody on base, as Dean will get that one out towards right center field. Mason going over, dives, and he makes the catch. Chase Mason out in center field. Bennett Dean will tip his cap to Mason on a great diving play for the second out. That was a long run for Mason, and lays out and makes a grab, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, Mason had to go a long way for that ball into right center. He anchored two state championship relay teams for Hurley.
Yep.
Hurley down in the state track meet back in May. I think both record-setting relays, if I remember right, and so you can saw the speed of Chase Mason out in center field right there.
Count is 0-1 here to Merquan. 0-1 pitch is grounded over to the shortstop. The throw to first from Kogel is in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sam Rayburn as we head now to the top of the 6th inning. A 6-0 lead for Pierre over Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Like sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscape backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
As we welcome you back here, top of the 6th inning, it is a 6-0 lead for Post State. It'll be Chase Mason, Bedlos, and Lincoln Carlson. With 99 pitches, McGuire Rasky will have 6 to work with, or whatever it is to finish out an at-bat. So if he gets it out with 104 pitches, he's got one more. He'll have 1 at-bat left. If he can get Mason out in a pitch or 2, he could potentially even go and still get a 0 in this inning and go 6 complete innings. First pitch to Mason is a swing and a foul tip, and it's 0-1.
and with nobody on base and down 6-0, you got to figure that Chase Mason is probably gonna roll three big daddy hacks to try to find some ball that he could put outside the fence here at First National Bank Field.
Again, they go with 4 outfielders, does Pierre, with Mason to the plate. Wiebe is out, the left fielder. Merquan's the left center fielder. Elliott Life, the right center fielder, and Van Camp out in right field. 0-1 pitch is taken on the inside corner. It's now 0-2 to Mason. That was pitch 101 from McGuire-Raskey. So if he can get Mason out with that in the next 3 pitches, he can at least go get another out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Mason swings and miss. And oh no, he went down with his left knee after he swung and missed on the pitch. That one is a strikeout of Mason, and he is down, and that's the fans here for Post State.
Ooh, and he's in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah.
And remember, he lost his entire football season as a senior when he tore his ACL, and I don't know which ACL he tore that put him down, but this looks just scarily like a recurrence of either that injury or an injury to the other knee.
Yeah, it's obviously, in baseball there's not a whole lot of contact injuries, but that's definitely a non-contact injury, as they're trying to look for the trainer to come down and maybe check on him, find a trainer somewhere, and to be able to come look at his left knee. And you never like to see this at all. You never like to see it from anybody, from either side, no matter what. But a guy that's got all the upside and all the potential that Chase Mason has, because one way or the other, Mason's a phenomenal athlete who's going to go to Nebraska to play baseball next year. Probably could have gone and played football somewhere. Probably could go play basketball somewhere if he wanted to. And did not get drafted in the 2021 draft, but he still is a guy that potentially could be drafted at some point in his college career. And for Harrisburg and for Pierre Post State, whenever that strikeout from Mason, how quickly the claps died down after they struck him out, because he went straight to the ground. It's a scary and a one that kind of sends chills down your spine, because you never want to see that happen.
And I don't see the trainer really doing any tests on the knee, so maybe it's not as bad as what we had first envisioned. He is back up, he is standing, he has not moved yet. It does look like he's going to he is going to walk off under his own power, but he is moving very slowly. And so all the best to Chase Mason. We certainly don't know the extent of the injury, but at this point it would probably be a surprise if we see him. If Harrisburg were to find a way to come back and win this ball game, it would likely be a surprise if we see him throughout the rest of this tournament, at least at this point.
Yeah, it's good to see him get up, but he was walking very gingerly, and for Harrisburg, that's a tough loss. And whether their season comes to an end here in the next 4 outs or not, you hate to see that happen at all at any point in the season, especially here in the state tournament. As there's one down, and Ben Lose will be, actually we're going to have a pinch hitter, as it'll be number 5. Kai Youngblood will be the pinch hitter for Ben Lose. And then it'll be followed by Lincoln Carlson.
Youngblood on the year, coming into this tournament, hitting .208 on the year, 11 hits and 53 at-bats.
First pitch is over for strike 1. And that was pitch 103, I believe. So now he's got this pitch to get Youngblood out. Otherwise, this will be his last batter. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It'll come inside, and it's now 1-1. This should be pitch 105 now, which would end the day for McGuire-Raskey after Youngblood's at-bat is over. And then they'll have to go to the bullpen, whether it's going to be Aaron Booth or Isaac Pollock. That one's fouled back to the netting, and it's now 1-2. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean. 6-0 lead here in the top of the 6th for Post State. No runs, 2 hits, 3 errors for Harrisburg. 6 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Pierre. 1-2 pitch. That one's floated into center field, and it's down for a base hit. And it will be Youngblood with a pinch hit single to try and get something started for Harrisburg. And that will end the day for McGuire-Raskey. And you'll probably hear a loud ovation from McGuire-Raskey, who will probably stay in the ball game and go out and play right field. The fans are already on their feet for McGuire-Raskey. 5 1/3 innings of shutout baseball for a guy that barely pitched at all this season, and a fantastic pitching performance for the senior, who is trying to be the leader of a team to get him back to a state championship victory. He was the only member of that 2017 team still left, and he'll go out in right field, and Aaron Booth now will come on to pitch. We'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It is time to control noxious weeds. Do you have a control plan in place? If not, contact your local weed and pest supervisor to help you set up a plan. Effort now will save you time and money in the future. This is Paul Johnson, South Dakota State University Extension Weed Science Coordinator, asking for your support to get this statewide noxious weed problem under control.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
So Aaron Booth is now on the mound for Post State as he will hit in Jack Van Camp's spot, which is actually due up first to open up the bottom of the sixth inning. McGuire Askew will move from the mound to right field. That's the only changes that we have in this ball game. As Aaron Booth, he's with one out in the top of the sixth inning. He's only one pitch away from getting out of this inning. There hasn't been very many ground balls, only been one so far that was through for a base hit. But a ground ball can get you out of a inning with a double play ball. Here's the first pitch from Booth to Lincoln Carlson. Upstairs for ball one.
For Aaron Booth, this is his 10th appearance on the year. He has thrown 10 and a third innings. He started one game, has allowed 18 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned runs, 7 walks, 15 strikeouts on the year for Aaron Booth.
The 1-0 pitch misses upstairs and is now 2-0 here to Carlson. He walked and also struck out his 2 trips to the plate so far here for Harrisburg. 6-0 lead for the Eights here in the top of the sixth inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's upstairs, and it's now 3-0. And see if Booth can find the strike zone here. 3 fastballs that have missed. It wouldn't be maybe a bad idea to try and throw a curveball over for a strike. With a 3-0 count with 1 down and 1 on. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Booth. He'll find the strike zone with a bullet on a fastball that's right down the middle. Taking all the way was Carlson.
And Lincoln Keenholz pulled far over into the hole on the left side. It's going to take a long... I mean, if there's a ground ball to Jaden Wiebe, he's probably going to have to take it himself.
That one just missed low, maybe a little outside, and it will be a 1-out walk. And it's now first and second with 1 down, and it'll bring up Jack Sutton to the plate, who we believe was warming up in the bullpen out in left field. There is nobody warming up in the bullpen now, which tends to believe that probably is the guy that was warming up. He lost his arm sleeve on the right-hand side, as that one's outside for ball 1. He was wearing a white one, so he'd have to take it off if he's coming in to pitch. Coach White will not waste any time trying to come out and talk with Booth. He's thrown 1 strike and 5 pitches, and this is probably a gauge of how tense Aaron Booth is right now, and just maybe calm him down a little bit. Aaron Booth's a very good pitcher for Post State, and Coach White probably reminding him that he is a good pitcher here for Post State. As
I believe that is Isaac Polak is back up in the bullpen, getting ready, and I think Brian White's strategy, even though Polak is likely the starter tomorrow, if the Eights are able to win this game and get into Monday, if you have to bring Polak in, he could not start the game tomorrow, and because I think the rule is you can only make 2 appearances in 3 days. So Polak threw yesterday. If he has to come in and throw today, he would not be able to pitch tomorrow.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0 here to Jack Sutton.
But I think Brian White's strategy is you can't get to tomorrow unless you win today. So if he needs to, he will certainly go to Isaac Polak out of the pen.
2-0 pitch. That one will also miss low, and it's now 3-0. 7 of the first 8 pitches from Aaron Booth has gone for a ball, and he's in danger of walking the bases loaded with Chase Lucas on deck. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one will also miss, and it's a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are now loaded here with one down, and it is Chase Lucas who has one of the 2 hits. Sutton had the other one, but one of the 2 hits so far for Harrisburg is coming to the plates with one down, and the bases are loaded. And Isaac Pollock throwing in the bullpen out in right field. You look ahead to, because we can look ahead to tomorrow, you have Bennett Dean that's available to start, Elliot Life, or maybe Jaden Wiebe, along with Andy Gordon, that are all available to pitch. First pitch, the curveball that misses for ball 1. And we'll see how long of a leash that Aaron Booth has. You'd like to see him get out of this inning and not have to bring in Isaac Pollock. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will also miss, and it's now 2-0. But I don't know if he'll survive another hitter if he walks Chase Lucas here. It's down the count 2-0. Booth will take a deep breath, 2-0 pitch. That one is over for a strike, and it's now 2-1. That one caught the knees.
Lucas after back-to-back walks, taking all the way at 2-0.
Another deep breath from Booth. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one is at the knees again, and it's now 2-2. Big strikeout opportunity here. Post State not playing in. They're up 6-0. They'll trade it out for a run or try and get an inning double play if they could. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Booth will get a big strikeout. And pumping the chest is Aaron Booth, and there's 2 down. And now you got to go get that third out here with the number 9 hitter, Jack Tiggan, to the plate. Actually, he's going to be number 4 that's going to come to the plate, which I believe is going to be
Sam Rayburn.
Yep, Sam Rayburn, who is the pitcher right now. So, I mean, Sutton, we'll probably see is maybe Rayburn go out to left field for Jack Tiggan.
Double switch, right?
Well, if Sutton will come in to pitch, then Rayburn's in the ball game. You know, Sutton will have to come and play the field as a DH after Rayburn is taking first pitch strike, as he is the pitcher right now. So him coming in will have to make Sutton go to play the field at some point. Here's the 0-1 pitch somewhere. That one will catch the top of the zone and is now 0-2.
You're a bunch better strategist and better at lineup construction than I am right now. In all honesty, I'm not thinking real straight right now.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Aaron Booth to Sam Rayburn with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and Booth is fired up. Back-to-back strikeouts for Booth, and Post State is now 3 outs away from beating Harrisburg and eliminating Harrisburg. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 men left on base. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Post State has a 6-0 lead over Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master, the clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, a couple of changes here. Jack Sutton will be now on the mound for Harrisburg. Out in left field will be Youngblood, who pinch hits earlier. He ended up coming in and hitting for Los. So we also have a new catcher on behind home plate as well. But Rayburn will go out to center field. Sutton is on the mound, and out in left field will be Youngblood as
Lincoln Carlson is over playing first base. Have not gotten a read on who is playing second base now for Harrisburg, but we also have a new center fielder, and they are far enough away that we've not been able to determine a number out there. So lots of defensive changes for Harrisburg right now. Partly partly because of the pitching change, partly because they've had to remove the DH from the lineup, but also the injury to Chase Mason has forced Harrisburg to do a huge defensive lineup adjustment.
So what I think it is right now, but I do know for sure it's Timon Long that's behind the plate. He moves from first to the plate. Carlson moves from second to first. And we'll see here what Tyler Mary has to say.
Chase Lucas is in center field.
He doesn't even know. He's struggling to find out all the changes.
Here's the numbers for Jack Sutton. This is his 4th appearance on the year. He has thrown 3 innings, has not started any games. He's 0-1 on the year. No saves, no hits, 4 runs allowed, 4 earned, all of them earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He's hit 2 batters. He has an ERA of 9.33, but a WHIP of only 1.0 on the year.
0-1 pitch here to Aaron Booth, who is hitting for himself, is popped up, it's fouled out of play, and that one's actually going to get all the way back over there. And it's now 0-2. I was ready for that one. I was not going to wait until I wasn't going to just sit there. I was waiting to make sure I could see the ball before I gave up on it, as it counts 0-2 here to Aaron Booth. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one will miss upstairs for ball 1.
Again, Jack Sutton, the son of John Sutton, very good pitcher for Post State back in the late 80s, early 90s. So good lineage of baseball success in the Sutton family.
There's a swing and a miss by Aaron Booth. He'll go down on strikes. So we'll see if maybe we can get a Elliott Lives that come to the plate, and we'll see if. So Youngblood is actually out in right field. It is Lucas in center, and then Kokorin is out in left field as Elliott Life will hit a dribbler in front of the plate. The throw to first is going to be in time, and there's now going to be 2 down. And the play made by the catcher in Timon Long, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Kogel, on the Harrisburg game changer, Kogel's actually playing short and third base. So unless there's 2 Kogels that I have not seen that both start with a T.
There's Tate Kogel.
So Tate Kogel is probably playing third base right now, and Lincoln Keenels will take strike 1.
I think that is Tate Kogel. I think I can see Tate Kogel wears number 8, and I think that is number 8 playing third base.
Klein is at second base. So they had everybody. They've changed everybody around defensively. So it's Youngblood in right, Lucas in center, and Corkin in left. Tate Kogel at third, Tyson Kogel at short. Klein's at second now. Carlson's at first. Long's behind the plate, and it is Sutton on the mound, and it counts 1-1 here to Lincoln Keenels, or excuse me, 1-2 to Lincoln Keenels.
Yeah, I think maybe Tyson Kogel at shortstop is the only one who has not changed positions. I think everybody else is either new to the lineup or in a different defensive position from last inning.
Yeah, 8 changes defensively for Harrisburg. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Lincoln Keenels. There's a line shot to left field. It will hang up there, and the catch will be made by the left fielder Corkin to retire the side. We head to the 7th. Post State needs 3 outs to advance to Monday, as they will be going against the top of the order. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
This summer, enjoy an ice-cold, fresh-squeezed lemonade and admire your well-earned farmer's tan before you hurl yourself across your neighbor's slip and slide and join First Dakota to bank some noise for summer sports. Roar at the crack of the bat, whistle for a clutch strikeout, and lose your mind over a walk-off home run. Let them hear you from the cheap seats. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com. Member FDIC.
It is the top of the lineup as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Aaron Booth will try and close it out. and send Post State into Monday. Most likely would be the 8 o'clock game, but we will make sure that before we tell you for sure, we'll try and find out before we get off the air. That may not be the case, but we will for sure let you know tomorrow morning where Post State would play tomorrow night, either at 5:30 or 8 o'clock. Either way, we'll have it for you on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. But they got to get these 3 outs first, as the first pitch will miss to Taylor Klein, the leadoff man in the order, who is 0 for 2 so far, hit by a pitch, struck out swinging, and also struck out looking. Aaron Booth is trying to get the last 5 outs of this ball game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's right down the middle. It's now 1-1.
Klein sitting until taking until he gets a strike. Saw a fastball right down the middle from Aaron Booth at 1-0.
There's a line shot through the shift, and it's a base hit, or away from the shift, and it's a base hit. Rasky will cut it off out in right center field. Did a good job of cutting it off and keeping Klein to a leadoff single. Here to open up the top of the 7th inning, who Harrisburg needs 6 runs in this top of the 7th to try and tie this ball game up to at least send it to the bottom of the 7th. As Tyson Kogel now will step to the plate. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and also a pop out in foul territory by Andy Gordon. Again, they put the shift on. Lincoln Keenels, the shortstop out, is in right center field. First pitch is missed for ball 1.
Yeah, if there's a ground ball somewhere in the infield, it'll actually be Jaden Wiebe, who will make the turn. He is much closer to second base than any other infielder right now.
1-0 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 2-0. And again, you just need strikes from Aaron Booth. You like to see him stay under that pitch count where he can come back on Tuesday if Post State's able to get there. But as we've mentioned before, you can't get to Tuesday without winning this game, without worrying about tomorrow as well. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and that one is over for a strike, and it's now 2-1. Maybe Coach White is starting to creep up in his mind how to make sure that you can hang on to this 6-0 lead and save as much pitching as possible, but at the same time, he said, I can't get to tomorrow if we don't close out here today. As the 2-1 pitch is at the knees, and it's now 2-2.
Off-speed pitch from Booth at 2-1, just drops out of the bottom of the zone and evens the count up at 2-2. Big at bat right here for both sides.
Booth will come set from the stretch. Here's now the 2-2 pitch. That one is taken outside and is now 3-2. Kate Hinkle points at the batter because Tyson Kogel was walking back to the dugout.
Tyson Kogel thought he was struck out. He was moving back to the dugout, and the umpire disagreed with him. I've never seen that before.
I'm not saying it should have been a strike, but I'm just saying that Tyson Kogel is making his way back to the dugout. There's a ground ball that will be fouled down the first base line. It remains at 3-2. And as an umpire, that's probably the last thing that you want to see happen when you call a ball and the batter starts to walk away, because that opens the door a little bit more for the dugout and for the coaching to kind of get on you a little bit. And you can tell them to be quiet pretty quickly, but you can't really say too much about it because, well, even the batter thought it would have been strike 3. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball over to the first baseman, Dean. He'll take it the sure way to first. And there is no need to try and attempt a double play. The runner will take second base in Klein, and there's one down on one of the few ground balls that have been hit, one of the few balls that have actually been put into play by Harrisburg today, as there's one down and a runner on second to now Timon Long. Tate Kogel is in the spot for Chase Mason. He's on deck now. Mason would have had one more opportunity to hit if his spot if he did not look like he got hurt off of a swing and a miss. So there's a foul ball out of play.
And the Eights go defensive shift the other direction now. Weeby right behind second base. Lincoln Keenholz deep in the hole at shortstop. Jack Merkwan pulled around toward the line in left field. Elliott Life over into left center.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Aaron Booth. There's a ground ball left side. It'll be fielded by Keenholz. He's going to throw to third, and they're going to tag out the runner at third base. And that, again, you get out at third base, but that was the sure play. That was the easy play to make for Post State. They ran themselves in that second out. It would have still been, not saying it wasn't going to be a hard play to throw him out at first base, but it was much easier to throw it from short to third to tag the guy out at Klein. So there's now 2 down, and Post State an out away for advancing to tomorrow to take on either Post 22 or Renner. And it's Tate Kogel, his first trip to the plate, and it's taken for strike 1 with 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Mason went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He hurt his left knee or left leg from what we saw on the swing and miss on the 3rd strikeout. As there is a 0-2 count now here to take Kogel, and Post State is a strike away from ending the ball game. Count is 0-2. Post State trying to be one of the last 4 teams here in the state tournament. They went in the last 4 teams last year. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That misses outside, and it's now 1-2.
Tate Kogel just 11 at-bats on the year coming into the state tournament. Only appeared in 5 games, 3 hits and 11 at-bats, so he's got a 273 average in that very small sample size.
Runner on first base with 2 away. 6-0 lead for Post State. 1-2 pitch is high, and it's now 2-2. The Aces a strike away from winning this ball game and going 2-1 here in the state tournament after dropping the first game 2-1. They won 6-3 on a walk-off home run yesterday to keep the season alive. They lead 6-0 here. 2-2 pitch. Popped foul and out of play, and we'll have to do it for at least another pitch.
But what Tate Kogel does well is he does draw walks. Even though he only had 11 at-bats, he walked 8 times, only struck out twice, scored 4 runs. So even though a very small sample size, he knows how to get on base. On-base percentage of .579.
2-2 pitch. Again, pops foul and out of play. What's hurting right now for Aaron Booth is, well, he's still got pitches to work with, but you're trying to get him to get out of this ball game so he's available to pitch on Tuesday if you get there. He's not available to pitch tomorrow because of the 2 games in 3 days. Here's a 2-2 pitch again. Outside, and it's now 3-2. Runner will take off with the pitch over at first base, time and long. He probably could have taken off and got to second base at any point in this at-bat, but he'll take off to second here when Booth goes home. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, and Post State with a shutout victory of Harrisburg stays alive in the state tournament, and they will play tomorrow night either against Renner or Post 22. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. A 6-0 win for Pierre over Harrisburg to stay alive in the state tournament. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post State apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Fertig Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Fertig Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Fertig Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Fertig Electric, 224-8684.
As we welcome you back here to Brandon, it is a 6-0 win for Post State behind a complete game shutout, actually a combined complete game shutout for both McGuire Rasky and Aaron Booth, as those two were absolutely dominant here in this ball game, as the Eights will advance to tomorrow to either face Renner or Post 22. And I say that Sioux Falls East is still there, but the the biggest thing is you're not going to have runner and post 22 play each other again. So there's no way that Pierre will play Sioux Falls East, I don't believe, to going into tomorrow. But with that, saying that, John Wickler alongside Greg Dean, what a fantastic win for Post State. We talked about it in the open. If Post State get a walk-off 3-run homer yesterday, you can come out one or two ways. Guns blazing and score multiple runs in the first inning, or you come out really flat. McGuire-Raskey walked the first guy, hit the first guy, had a walk in that inning, struck out the side, and Post State opened up with a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. And while the game wasn't won right there, you could feel that the game might have been won right there in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and the way that this Harrisburg team swings for the fences, it's no surprise that the strikeout numbers were what they were. 15 strikeouts on the day for Harrisburg as a team. So of the 21 outs that Harrisburg made today, 15 of them were strikeouts. Only 6 balls put in play that resulted in outs, and just 4 hits on the board for Harrisburg. In fact, and this is what makes baseball such a beautiful game. Harrisburg actually out-hit Pierre 4-3 today. Pierre got 6 runs on 3 hits. The key were they bunched them together. They bunched together some walks in some key situations, and then 3 big errors from Harrisburg really opened up the door, especially in that fourth inning.
Yeah, and that's a lot of unearned runs for Harrisburg in this game, and that's probably the one thing that they're going to be regretting the most. They don't regret strikeouts. They're not a team that really regrets striking out that much, but the wind was a big factor for Post State, to helping them with the ball being thrown up in the air and the wind coming in, so it held the ball up. No real deep drives anyway from Harrisburg in the ball game, but for Harrisburg, they're not going to be looking at how many strikeouts they've had. They're going to be looking at those 3 errors and saying, of course, you got to score at least 1 run to try and win a ball game. You can also look at that way too, but those errors were costly for Harrisburg, and Post State took advantage of it. You got to give credit to Post State because they took advantage of it and it scored runs and made those runs unearned against Harrisburg.
And they did a lot of the damage with 2 outs. I think the runs primarily scored both in the first and the fourth inning. I know all 3 of the runs in the fourth inning scored with 2 outs, and I think the bulk of the runs, if not all the runs, scored. One of the runs in the first inning scored with 2 outs. So some clutch hitting and some key situations from this Post State team again today. I have called this team from the beginning the little engine that could, because they just keep finding different guys, new guys who maybe you hadn't heard from in a while, step up in some very key and clutch situations and just produce big time. And today that guy was McGuire-Raskey, and he did it primarily. Even though he didn't get a hit, he did score a run today. But let's talk about his pitching line. 5 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 2 of them in the first inning. So after he got through that first inning, he really settled down and really took control of this game. Big number, 12 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. So of the 16 outs he recorded, 12 of them came by strikeout.
A dozen strikeouts for McGuire-Raskey. That might be worth a dozen donuts or something here for McGuire-Raskey. But he had a fantastic performance, and that's also, and we can mention it too, this is a guy that if someone said at the beginning of the season that McGuire-Raskey was going to throw Game 3 of the state tournament, we'd probably be laughing at you because sure, okay, he'd be right fielder. He'll be on the outfield. He'll be penciled in as the number 2, number 3 hitter. Absolutely, he's not going to be a starting pitcher. He hasn't. He had that injury in 2020 where he didn't pitch the rest of the year. Didn't throw very much in the high school season. Had not really thrown much at all during the summer season. But he kept. He was bugging Coach White probably to death, saying, I want to pitch. And Coach White said, okay, you got the ball here in Game 3. And he went out there and said exactly, he did exactly what he was trying to tell Coach White he was wanting to do, and he went out there and threw a really good game.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it was the 3rd game of the 2017 tournament out in Rapid City where McGuire-Raskey, as an 8th grader, came and pitched maybe the biggest game of his life at that point, where he threw 6 6 innings of 1-run ball, 6 innings of 3-run ball against the perennial powerhouse Rapid City Post 22. And what happens today in his final state tournament as a senior, comes in, pitches Game 3 of the 2021 state tournament, and leaves with a statement. 12 strikeouts, 5 1/3 innings of shutout ball, puts the Eights into the Final Four, and you just couldn't ask anything more, any bigger of a clutch performance than we got today out of McGuire-Raskey.
The Eights will now await who they will play. They said that they don't know where everybody will play. I would suggest or would think that Post State will play at 8 o'clock tomorrow night against the winner of Renner and Post 22. The loser would play Sioux Falls East. That is my thought process going in, because that's how the bracket is set up. Obviously, what they try and do is keep teams from playing each other. However, Renner beat Pierre in the first round. They beat Sioux Falls East in the second round. They're playing Post 22 now here in the third round. So no matter what, Renner will play a team for a second time, and I think the unfortunate mark is going to be Pierre because of how the bracket's set up. However, we still got to try and get that confirmed, and we won't know that for I don't know when we will actually find out when that will be. However, Post State, we do know, will be playing tomorrow here in Brandon with an opportunity with one win. Well, I guess maybe not so much one win depending on who they're playing, but will be an opportunity then to be on Championship Tuesday, have that opportunity. So much more fun baseball here for Post State. At least one more game for Post State. That's going to be coming up tomorrow, whether it's at 5:30 or 8 o'clock. We will try and find a time, a specific time, and maybe wait on the opponent after the last game gets done here for today between Renner and Post 22. But the season comes to an end for Harrisburg. Post State jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the first. They had another 3 runs in the fourth inning. They scored all 3 of their runs with 2 outs and all unearned runs in the bottom of the fourth inning as they won 6-0 here this afternoon, and will be playing as one of the final 4 teams in the state tournament going into tomorrow. That time and the opponent still yet to be determined, whether it's 5:30 or 8 o'clock. But the Eights are in to the second to last day here at the state tournament here in Brandon. Greg, your final thoughts on the ball game today?
Well, I told John off air during one of the breaks. I have called this team the little engine that could. And they don't get a lot of notoriety. Their record may not be quite as good as a lot of the other teams in this tournament. But when it comes down to crunch time, these young men just find a way to win, and I think that's just a true statement to them, and you just got to tip your hat to them, and you just got to be extraordinarily happy and extraordinarily proud of them. If you're a baseball fan or a member of the Pierre community, this has been a lot of fun to watch. And I tell you what, if you've got an opportunity either to be here in person tomorrow night, whether that's at 5:30 or 8 o'clock, or that would be ideal, but if not, we really would like you to tune in on YouTube, listen via the stream, listen live on KCCR, because it's going to be some really good baseball regardless of who the Eights play, and I know that they're going to be riding a high coming out of these last 2 wins.
Yeah, the Eights win it 6-0. They were out hit 4-3 in the ball game, but they still picked up a shutout victory with a combined performance from both McGuire-Raskey and Aaron Booth to pick up that win to stay alive here in the state tournament, as now Renner and Post 22 will play in the 2-0 game coming up to close out the day. A 6-0 win for Post State, as they'll wrap things up for us here from Brandon for the afternoon, as we want to say thanks to Ray Lewis back at the station, Greg Dean to my right, John Winkler here. A final score once again, Post State, they win at 6-0. They stay alive for another day, as we say so long from Brandon.
You've been listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post State Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Service Master, Rising Hope Counseling, Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, AirTech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, B&B Equipment, Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Ferding Electric, Olson Plumbing, Agtegra, All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, Lamb Motor, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. Join us all season long for Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.